I'm pretty certain the founder of the company was sleeping with one of the producers. So anyway.
Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Hey y'all! What's going on? I've been excited about this all day. So excited, I must wet my whistle. Can you guys hear me? Y'all, I got my nails painted. Look at my nails. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, you saw last night that I wanted suggestions on what I should do for my nails, and I did it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Let me send this to for my nails. But anyways, okay, so originally I was gonna go with all white, right? I was gonna go with all white on every hand, which I really like. Like, I really like this a lot, and I'm pretty sure when I get up in my Oliver Twixt illusion, it was a perfect illusion. It wasn't love. It wasn't love. It wasn't love. It was a perfect. When I get up in my Oliver Twixt illusion, I'm pretty sure these white nails will go bang, pop, pop, then go pow. Don't you crop top and play close now. Those leave wedges away downtown. Okay, all right, I'm getting carried away. Okay, but on the other hand, I got every color that I thought potentially I may like in the future. Okay, so on the right, I got the thumb. I'm sorry, on the thumb, I got the white. I'm sorry, I got the white. On the pinky, I got this black glittery one that I kind of like. I kind of like a little bit. I liked it. But when it dried and I looked at it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it too much. This blue, I like. Now, this one was like a whitish, silvery, grayish type thing that I really liked. I didn't know when... I just learned about this. This was my first time getting my nails done. This is my first time, whatever. So I didn't know, like, the way it looks in the bottle may not necessarily look the same way once you apply it. But this silver, dang, the light is too bright, so it keeps over. Oh, there you go. This silver one, I'm getting next time on the whole hand. I really like this one. And then this one's supposed to be pink, but it came out more red. Anyways, I'm stuck with this for the next couple of weeks, but I kind of like it, you know? Calm down. Anyways, guys, what's going on? This is Oliver Twixt, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. And today we are joined in the classroom with Mike from Cycle 20. I'm very excited about this. I hope you guys are excited about it. You know, y'all were very excited about it. And I would say, I was like, oh shit, look at Mike, bringing the girls out. So we're just going to get into the things of the things. It is now 4:05, so they gave you bitches enough time to get into the classroom. And I'm going to bring... I don't like the red. Didn't they have a nail photo shoot in Cycle 20, but they were like this? Hi! Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. You're kind of breaking up a little bit, so you know, trying to get it worked out here.
Okay, hold on. Let's try this. Uh-oh. Let me just... I'm sorry. Let's try this. Because it may just be me.
It seems...
What about this?
Say a bunch of things in succession. Talk real fast.
I am a little guy from Fort Lauderdale, and I like hot wings and fries.
Yeah, same. Okay, great. Yeah, we're working. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Are we in real time?
I think we're in real time. Time is all relative. So, who the fuck knows at this point? But as far as I know, yeah, sure, we're doing it real.
Yes, yes, Mike. First of all, I want to thank you for doing this with me. We are honored over here at the A&T Exclusive Classroom.
Well, I'm glad it really worked. I'm glad it worked out. I appreciate the time, appreciate being here. I'm actually doing this from my car because I have a 10-month-old at home and a new business, and trying to sort of navigate this post-COVID world. It's a little tough juggling schedule. So this is the most quiet time I have sitting in my car. So.
Yes, I've seen your pictures of your beautiful family, and you guys look so happy.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, it's been, obviously the last year has been really difficult for a lot of people for a lot of reasons, but, and it certainly has been no different for us, but it's been really special to have so much time together as a new family. And, it's time we probably wouldn't have had otherwise. So it's been a special time for us, for sure.
What's the new business you're doing?
So after the show, man, the show aired so long ago, so I've done a lot of things since then, I should say. But I've always sort of been involved in fashion in different ways. And for a couple of years, I was running sort of like a custom suit brand out here in LA. They were headquartered back on the East Coast. I ran the LA store for them. Obviously due to COVID, we sort of had to scale things back a little bit.
Right.
Again, it affected everybody in so many different ways. So I sort of took a step back. I had a kid, and long story short, I really enjoyed just working with the clients that I had and truly making custom pieces of clothing for them. Now, I'm not a tailor myself. I've been trained by master tailors. I sort of know how to articulate, the work that needs to get done. I understand fit and form and patterns and fabric and draping and all that kind of stuff. But I don't cut and sew myself. I'm sort of the go-between. But I really just love to work with a lot of different clients. And I've really, LA is truly a pretty, it's a very creative community, whether it be in fashion, whether it be in film, TV, music. There's so many creative people out here. So I really have a network of just really talented tailors, shoemakers, hat makers, just skilled craftsmen that do really good work here in LA. Long story short, what I sort of do now is I'm sort of a middleman. I facilitate custom pieces for people. So if you want a custom leather jacket, I got a guy that'll make you a custom leather jacket. If you want custom jeans, I got a guy that'll make custom jeans. So I basically got a guy for everything. I'm your guy for everything is how I like to say it. So that's sort of the new business. It sort of just launched very recently.
Yeah, that's a nice hashtag to have. I'm your guy for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, you were brought here today to talk about America's Next Top Model, Cycle 20. How many years ago was it?
How many years ago? We filmed that in it's 2013, so it was 8 years ago now.
8 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. I'm 35 and I have a kid now, so yeah, a little time has passed.
If you can sum up your top model experience in one sentence, what would you say?
I would just say it was very unique, unique. The opportunity to do something like that and have an experience like that just doesn't come around very often. So to be able to sort of go through it, and the way I was sort of really kind of fell into it, it was just, again, a very unique story, or unique situation. And I'm just a very passionately curious guy. So I find stuff that just interests me, and I sort of I see where it takes me,
That is such an amazing way for me to segue into my first question. A lot of people had questions about this. This is Evan Maxwell from Instagram. He's saying, did Tyra actually scout him when she was ordering while he was working on a ice cream truck, or was that a fake thing for TV?
No, it was 1,000% real. 1,000% real. So I worked on a, I don't know, where people are tuning in from, but here in LA, the food truck scene really started like 8-10 years ago. Kogi, Grilled Cheese Truck, all these places that are like huge names now. But so I worked on an ice cream truck called Cool House Truck, and essentially build like customizable ice cream sandwiches was their thing. So yeah, I I was at LACMA, which is the Los Angeles County of Modern Art. If you're not familiar with the museum, maybe you've seen there's a bunch of like light poles out front of it. Anyway, they do like food trucks there regularly. Again, this is going back 8-something years now, but I'm almost certain it was like the day after Thanksgiving or like a couple days after Thanksgiving. And I was at LACMA sort of doing a regular just lunch shift. There was nobody there. It was just like dead. I was like grumpy. I was probably hungover from fucking drinking the night before. I was just like didn't want to be there. And yeah, I think it was towards the end of the shift. It was 2 girls. These 2 girls came up to me. They were together. And they just started talking to me and, you know, asking about the ice cream, whatever. The one was definitely more talkative than the other. But the one girl was really tall. I kept thinking to myself, like, this girl's tall. And again, like completely oblivious to anything. So we must have been talking 5-10 minutes about what, I have no idea, just like shooting the shit. And towards the end of the conversation, the one other girl that wasn't talking as much, it was the taller girl, she goes, can I ask, have you done any modeling before? And I kind of gave her a look like, yeah, no, not interested. And she goes, I'm casting for America's Next Top Model. We're going to be doing guys next season. She's like, I think you'd be great for the show. Like, I'd love to get your info. And I'm dead honest. It wasn't until she brought up the show that I realized it was Tyra. Like I had no idea. I had no idea it was her. And again, listen, I'm 35. I vividly remember Sports Illustrated '99, Tyra bathing suit. Like I became a man to learning about Tyra Banks. Let's just put it that way. So I was like, oh my God. It's really Tyra Banks. And at this point, then I'm like, I got a little nervous, and I literally wrote my name and number down on a fucking order ticket, and I gave it to her. And that was it. And I was just like, oh my God, that was just so weird. Like what an LA thing to happen. But honestly, at the time, I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, all right, I don't think anybody's actually going to call me. Like, she's probably just being nice. Like, there's no way that they're going to call me.
Right.
And they did.
The same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, the story is 100% real. 100%. Yeah.
So is it safe to say maybe in some universe, her meeting Mike is the reason why we have Smize Cream right now?
Man, I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But I don't know her personally. If I saw her, she'd give me a big hug. We'd say hi. But I hit her up on Instagram. I was like, hey, you're doing ice cream. Why am I not involved in this? I mean, this is a no-brainer. Right. I'm the ice cream guy right here. So crickets, nothing. So
listen, Miss Tyra does watch me every now and then. She told me she watches me every now and then. So if you are watching, are you still in LA?
I'm in LA, yeah.
Tyra Banks, listen, this is your favorite nerd, Oliver Twixt, talking. Remember me? Hi. Mike is in LA. You met him at an ice cream truck. You're doing ice cream right now. Hire him, please. It would be great nostalgia for us all.
I think it bring everything full circle, man. I think it's a no-brainer. Yeah. Yeah.
You can be I can see the ad right now. It'll be the Smize Cream with Tyra, and she could be like on a TV, or like she don't got to be in it, but she could be in it some type of way. And then Mike, you can be the guy that's serving the ice cream, and then I can be one of the patrons receiving the ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can serve it up for real, go to somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing, right?
Right. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next thing, A&T and roll call, which is where I name every person who was casted on your cycle, and you're gonna tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, whether good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
So the first person is Bianca.
Oh, Bianca. Bianca's a babe.
Okay. The next person.
Do you want anything beyond that?
I mean, no. If that's all you want to give, we're happy for that.
Listen, I will give you whatever you would like me to give you, but you just ask. No, Bianca and I dated after the show, so
Oh, really? I didn't know this. Y'all dated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you have a wife right now, right?
Yeah, but the show was 8 years ago.
I mean, listen, hey, listen, I want to walk right. I want to walk right in his side. Anything else you want to add about Bianca?
No, she's great. Again, I had a relationship with Bianca. She was awesome. She was
Oh,
rad. Yeah.
okay. What about Chris? Chris
Chris.
S.
Chris was kind of a whiner. Chris
Mm-hmm.
was a kind of a whiner. Chris was Chris just always played the victim. And that was sort of how he got. That was just sort of him, which I just don't. I don't go with that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What about Clea? Thick ass Clea.
Clea was fucking great. I love Clea. She was so much fun. When we got kicked off, because we both got kicked off kind of early. Clea and I would have a lot of fun, like hanging out, not on TV. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about Kanani?
Kanani. I gotta be honest. I mean, like, I was there with Kanani. I didn't really. We didn't hang out a lot. I haven't spoken to her since. She was fine. I just don't really have much to add to it, I guess.
Okay, we'll take that. What about Gianna?
Gianna's a sweetheart. Gianna and I still keep in touch. She's yeah, she's a good soul. I haven't seen her it's been years, but she's great. I think she's living in Colorado or something now with like her new husband. So it's great.
I felt so bad for her watching the show, and I probably feel like every time I talk to a cycle tweeting person, I say the same thing about Gianna. She started off so strong, and then she just boom crashed, and I just felt so bad for her, so bad.
It happens. What are you gonna do?
The next person on the list is Phil.
Phil, oh man, Phil was a blast. Phil was obnoxious, but he's like the brother you love that just annoys the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
But Phil's like a sweetheart. Phil's a genuine good dude. Still talk to Phil every once in a while. Phil's great. He's a fun dude.
Alexandra.
Alex was great. Alex was she was, I don't know. Alex was great. We like got along really well on the show. I haven't really seen or talked to her much since, to be honest with you. But I always liked Alexandra. She was just like a ball of energy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about Dawn?
Don's great, man. Don's same thing. I don't think I've seen much since the show ended. Don's got a whole new, he's got a fucking empire now. That kid. But Don was great. Yeah, Don was fun, man. Don's kind of just, he's very much what you see is what you get. Just very chill, a lot of fun. Don's great, man. He's good peoples. He's good peoples.
Ooh, Mike, let me ask you. When I said Chris earlier, did you hear the part when I said Chris S or no?
Oh no, Chris S. Chris S was great. I really liked Chris. He was again just like a very sweet and just like warm soul. Yeah, it was a shame that him and Bianca didn't get to stay longer. I really have no idea what the deal with that was. Anyway.
The next person is Nina.
Nina is crazy Nina. She's great. Nina, I still talk to her in there. She's just a lovable sweetheart. She's just Nina. She's just Nina.
Jeremy.
Huh?
Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy. Sorry, I thought you were saying something else.
Oh no.
Jeremy's good. Jeremy's just like a little. Jeremy's like a little baby. He's like a little kid. I mean, he's not anymore. He's grown up, but he was like such a little, like a little brother on the show. Even though he's a fucking huge person.
How tall is he for real?
He's shorter than me, but most people are shorter than me. He's probably like at least 6 foot, 6'1", something like that.
How tall are you?
I'm like 6'4", 6'5".
Oh, you're huge.
Yeah, I'm a long guy.
Oh yeah. What about Renee?
Renee was she was like the beauty queen. That's where she kind of came from. Renee was always very sweet. I feel like Renee doubted herself more than she should have. Like she's a very strong, confident girl. I feel like she doubted herself a little bit at times. I don't know why, but anyway.
The next person is Chris H.
Oh, Chris H is who I was talking about earlier. Yeah. yeah, Chris was just sort of could never get any sort of like genuine read out of him. Just sort of seemed like he was doing things to provoke things. Um,
Hmm.
Again, always sort of playing the victim with things. It's fine. It's probably why he made it longer on the show. So
Corey.
Corey was probably my favorite person on the show. I love Corey. He's from Philly. I'm from not too far from Philly. Um, we had a lot of, I don't say a lot, but we had some mutual friends in common. And
Hmm.
yeah, I really liked Corey. Still talk to Corey here and there today.
Hmm.
Corey's great. Corey's great.
Yes, we love Corey over here. Marvin.
Marvin, Starvin' Marvin. Starvin' Marvin. Marvin was like just thirsty. I just remember Marvin being thirsty all the time. Marvin was fine though. Again, he was just such a little. He was just a little kid to me.
Hmm.
But I haven't seen or talked to Marvin since I think the show ended. I haven't seen him at all.
Okay. And then last but not least, the winner, Miss Jordan Miller.
Well, Jordan, I really liked Jordan. Jordan was I liked Jordan. I feel like she never got a fair shake in some ways.
Hmm.
But yeah, I also don't think that her personality was quite suited for the show in general.
Really?
Yeah. But I like Jordan. I always thought Jordan was like a good person. Again, I would run into her a little bit afterwards, but I haven't really seen her talk to her much since.
In what ways do you think she didn't get like a fair treatment?
Um, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. I just feel like people didn't like. Uh, she was sort of always, I guess, at the top, so people were sort of like
Hmm.
coming after her.
Gotcha.
You know,
That's what
and there was
happens.
nothing ever like vindictive or anything about Jordan. She was just like, oh, I'm just trying to hear her like do a good job. You know, like
Hmm.
I don't think there was much to it.
Hmm. That's a nice perspective. Thank you for that.
Sure.
So we're gonna go over to the judges panel. What do you think about Rob Evans?
Rob was fucking huge. I saw Rob and I was like, how are you doing like high end fashion? Like you're massive. Like, he's a huge dude.
Really?
Yeah, huge.
Maybe from the boxing days?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hmm.
Um, Again, I honestly had very little interaction with him. He was
Hmm.
fine. He was actually younger than me. um, um, he was fine. He just seemed like a bro to me. Like, yeah, I'm
Hmm.
a fucking hot looking bro dude that will probably beat the shit out of you if you got in
Hmm.
my face. So yeah, that was Rob, which I think
Okay.
is kind of who he is.
Hmm. What about Kelly Catrone?
Kelly, Kelly, I honestly have not even thought about Kelly in a long time. Kelly was, I mean, she's kind of who you see on TV. She's not really like hamming it up too much. I
Hmm.
think she likes playing that role a little bit too. Like, don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
Um, but if she liked you, she like really liked you, and she would
Hmm.
really like genuinely try to like help you. Um,
Okay.
but same thing. Like, she was never like hanging around much. She was kind of always just doing her own fucking thing, and um, Kelly was fine. I had no problem with Kelly. Again, it's a television show, and she fits a role.
Okay. Last but not least, Miss Tyra Lynn Banks. What did you think about Tyra Banks while you were filming the show?
I mean, listen, Tyra inadvertently ended up changing my life in so many more ways, and I could even sort of go back and put together now. So I feel
Hmm.
forever connected, forever. I don't want to say indebted is the word, but I feel a debt of gratitude towards Tyra. Like
Right.
she, there was no reason for her to put me on the show other than she wanted to put me on the show. I mean, I get
Hmm.
it. I was somebody she genuinely found. I was sort of part of the story, right? But
Hmm.
she never had to do it. So, um, you know, on the show she's always great. Like she's not there a lot either, right? She comes in, does her thing, and then she's out. But um, she's she's sweet, and I've spent some time with her not in front of the TV camera, and Tyra. I try to tell people Tyra has built a brand, a legacy, a multi-million-dollar fucking business for herself, which is impressive. Not everybody does that.
No,
but there is a sense of, when you meet her, I always got the sense that she never forgot where she came from. She'll never forget how hard she worked to get there. And if there was a way for her to sort of, however minimal, sort of help people along the way, like, she was going to do that. So, again, to get to the level that she got to, just in life and business, like, I'm sure she is a little crazy to deal with at times. I never saw that side of her, but yeah, I guess, again, I always got the sense from talking to her, like, I met her mom randomly at one point, and like, she's true, she's genuine, and I think she just never forgets where she sort of came from, which for a lot of people that have made it the way she has, they probably do. So I got nothing. Tyra's great. I'm all for Tyra.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry I missed somebody. Johnny Wujek.
Oh, I love Johnny. Johnny's a homie. Johnny's just a genuinely awesome dude. He was he kind of felt like he was just like along for the ride as well a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, kinda. Like, I never, like, Johnny is he's amazing at what he does, and he is definitely an expert in that field. But I just sort of got the sense with him, he was like, oh yeah, this is just something fun to do. I'm just kind of going with it. And again, maybe that's not the case, but Johnny, honestly, I'll tell you this, Johnny, at least like throughout the competition, Johnny was the one that gave me the most insight, tried to help me the most. Again, you forget, like, I had zero experience doing anything, so when they would have, when we would start shooting, they go, okay, you're up. And I would literally look at them and go, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I've never done this. Like, this is all fucking new to me. Like, where do I look? Literally nothing. And Johnny really did try to, like, more than anyone, Johnny tried to help me, in a very genuine way. So yeah, Johnny's great. I like Johnny a lot. He's a good dude. I still talk to him every once in a while too.
Now I'm drawing a blank. You helped me out, and the people out there watching. Was Yusai on your cycle? I can't remember.
Yeah, so Yusai shot he shot, I think, the final shoot of our season. Okay. But he wasn't a judge. The season after was when I think then he became a judge.
Okay, that's why my brain is like, was
but I know Yusai. I run into him every once in a while, and but yeah, he shot our final. He shot the guest thing, actually. Which makes sense.
Right, makes sense.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the fan questions. Not a lot, so we're going to get through them. Vanda Cosmetic wants to know, hi, Mike. What did you think of the vertical catwalk down the building for guests that you had to do? Were you afraid?
Yeah, I was fucking terrified. But it's literally the first thing we're doing. There's so much energy. You're just like psyched up. I remember going into it. I'm terrified of heights, so I remember going into it being like, all right, I'm gonna play cool. And honestly, I felt pretty good until the moment where, like, you're strapped in and you're literally just standing on the edge of a building, and they tell you, like, okay, just lean forward. And it's the most, it's like, lean forward. No, I'm not gonna lean forward. Like, that's the most unsettling feeling, right? But then once you realize that you are very safe and you're all harnessed in and it's good, then it was actually really cool. I'm like walking down the side of the building, like overlooking all of like downtown LA. It was great. It made no sense to do a runway down the side of a building. That was dumb. But rappelling down a building, yeah, that was fucking cool. I would have never done that in a million years, but I'm glad I got to do it. So.
No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have.
No.
So I am drawing a big blank today, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my A&TM encyclopedia, but I'm really in honesty, the last couple cycles really do get kind of mushy for me. They do. Like, I think Mame's on cycle 20 and whatever. So it wasn't you side. Brian Boyd was on your cycle.
Yeah, he was. Yes, yeah, he was. I had to think about it. Yeah, he was. He was.
Sorry, Ryan. No
He
shade.
he was like he was the social media correspondent. You got to remember, like, again, this is years ago now, so like this was just at the very beginning of like Instagram being a thing, you know, like Facebook was still king. It sounds weird to talk about it now as we're literally doing this on Instagram.
On
but
Instagram,
like, right, like the social media was just starting to become like a thing in like people's social conscious even, you know? So yeah, Brian Boy was sort of the social media core. I think that was his title. I don't remember.
Social media correspondent, Brian Boy.
There you go, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Beck_Wolo wants to know, okay, I might be completely wrong with this, but doesn't he have / had a beef with Cycle 13's Aaron Ragnar? I'm like almost positive I remember seeing some kind of feud between them years ago. I don't know anything about this, so I decided
with
to ask.
With who?
Aaron from Cycle 13. Is this false? This never happened.
Aaron Wagner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Aaron's a great friend.
Oh, you guys are friends.
Yeah. She's like a friend of mine. Yeah. I became, you know, they'd invite us to these like top model events, alumni events. So I became friends with like a bunch of the girls that were on seasons like prior to me. Yeah, Erin was one of them. Erin's great. No, I don't have any beef with her.
Don't.
Beef.
No, I just saw the question down. And I was like, oh, let me ask him because I don't know nothing about nothing. I just know Top Model ran for 24 cycles. I don't know shit about what happened afterwards. So I was like, let me ask him and see what he says. But it's good to know that you guys are friends, actually.
Yeah. She's great. I saw. When did I see her last? I can't. You know, everything's in a void now. But I don't know. Yeah, she's great. Erin's awesome. I love her.
Yeah, shout out to Erin. Okay, Aha Rouch wants to know. I love to know how actually invested Mike was in doing well in the competition, and if he really was, what was his main motivation? Was it to make Tyra proud or his competitive nature?
Wow, heavy.
That's a good question. Shout out to you. I don't know. Aha Roach, something like that. Good question.
You know, when you're there, and especially early on, because at first you deal with the casting people, and then you move into like the production people, which are two different things.
Okay.
So you're dealing with casting leading all the way up to it, and then once you're actually on, then you deal with the production and the crew and all of that stuff. But you know, the casting people were constantly like, you got to talk yourself up. You got to tell your story. You got to say you're like, they want you to constantly sell yourself, which is like it's just really not me inherently. But I get it's what you got to do to get on fucking TV here. But yeah, so like, you know, they ask you all the time, like, do you think you could win the competition? It's like, what am I going to say? Like, no, I don't think I can. Like, of course I think I'm going to say I think I can win the competition. Do I really think I can win the competition? I have no fucking idea. Like, I've never done this before. Like,
right.
Like, could I? Yeah, sure. Why not? Does that mean it's going to happen? Probably not.
Right.
You know, so, you know, to say I wasn't invested would be wrong. I mean, if I'm gonna do anything, if I'm gonna take the time and effort and energy to be in it, whatever I'm doing, I want to do it all the way. I want to give it my all. I want to compete to that. So when I was there, it's like I'm trying the best I can. Again, I've never done this. Nobody's really giving me any sort of like insight here on what the fuck to do. So you know. Yeah, did I think I was ultimately going to win the show? Like, no, but, you know, going to give it a try.
Right. And that you did. Vlad Blossom wants to know, why do you think Bianca and Chris were not a part of the comeback?
I have no idea. They never told us what happened. They never told us why those two left and couldn't come back. Like, there was never any explanation about anything. They're just like, oh, that's the way it is.
Did they join you guys in Bali?
No, they didn't. No, they like went home when they were kicked off, but they both live in LA. But they went home. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Voltaire Don't Care wants to know, was switching to Team Jordan your idea, or did producers have any input in that?
No, it was my idea. You know, I'm sure they wanted somebody to switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, Corey was my favorite person, so I just wanted Corey to win. How do I say this to people? You know, it became increasingly obvious to me who was going to be the winner by about like halfway through the season.
Really? What did you see?
Just the way, it's just everything. It's the way, you know, what photographs they use, the way they sort of, you know, manipulate certain situations, some of you could just see what they're doing with it. Also, again, you forget, Guess was the sponsor. Like, Next was the agency. Like, again, I love Corey, but I don't think Corey, like, Guess is going out on a whim and hiring Corey as their new head of, like, campaign. You know what I mean? That's just the reality. It's the reality. Like, for Jordan's makeover, they dyed her hair blonde. They turned her into a Guess girl. It's like, duh. So I just knew Jordan was going to win. They were literally offering us money. I was like, I'll take the money. Like, sorry. That was
How much was it again?
I won $1,000, which wasn't a ton of money, but like, listen, at the time, I was, you know, I was living on my own. I had bills to pay, you know, I had shit to fucking do. I didn't make any money being on the show. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get some money. So.
And the people wanted to know, did you actually win $1,000?
Yeah, I did. They didn't get me. They took them a little while to get me the money, but they finally did. Yeah.
Oh, dope. Shout out. Yes. Come on. They're sending out the prizes to the people. So, Jurassic Bradness wants to know, what was this experience like trying to get back in the competition? And did they receive any kind of mentoring when they were out? How was the process of choosing a finalist for you? How was the process for you choosing who you want to support at the end? You don't got to answer that part. Just the part about you getting back in the competition.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to come back. Again, like, when you're in it and you're just, it's hard to describe. Just going through the motions, you see, I could just see what they were doing. Again, yes, it's a show about modeling, but first and foremost, they're trying to make good television, you know? So, like, I can see how they're trying to, what story they're trying to tell. I knew I wasn't coming back. I still tried, but honestly, it was very, it's very relaxed. It's very chill because, you know, again, I think in most previous seasons, once you got kicked off, they literally sent you home. But because of our season, they were releasing the photographs before the show aired. We had to do every single photograph, right? So they couldn't send somebody home because then you would know who got eliminated. Which was great for us because I got to go to Bali and experience that, which was really fucking cool. I wouldn't have done that otherwise because I didn't make it to the final three.
Right.
So yeah, so once you got kicked off, we were chilling in a completely separate place from where the house was. It was very lax, you know, we were just having a grand old time. So, that was great. That was great.
What instances do you care to share with us here today where you felt like the powers that be who run this show were doing some interesting manipulation in order to get a certain turnout?
I don't think it's, again, I have a very, I can only speak to my experience on things, but you know, I've met other people that have been on other reality shows, and I know there are shows that literally feed you lines to say, you know, like they for the most part tried to keep our reactions to things. They wanted to keep them real, you know. Even like, you know, when we were on the we're on the bus getting shuttled after like a photo shoot or something like that, they wouldn't let us talk to each other. They'd say ice. They'd put us on ice, was their term. And because they wanted you to wait to talk about your experience when you were back home,
Rightfully
the camera and all that kind of stuff. Right. So they really tried to keep things as natural as you can sort of keep it. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's, you know, you're making a television show. They have a story that they are trying to tell. And you also got to remember that we're being filmed 24/7, even while we're sleeping. So the moment they have footage, they can edit the footage however they want to edit the footage. It doesn't mean that it happened the way it happened. So I think people need to I thought people knew that, but maybe they don't. Anyway.
You know what? From this chat, of course, I'm always open to all of you guys' stories, and I know everyone's story won't be the same, but I'm pretty sure for a lot of my viewers out there, this is very refreshing because this is very different from a lot of the chats we heard where, you know, people may not share some nice things about Tyra or production, but to hear you genuinely say these things is very refreshing. Extremely refreshing.
I'll again, my experience was so different from most people, right? Like I was 27 when I did this show. I only did it because Tyra was like, you should come on the show. It was literally the only reason I did it. I never auditioned. I never did anything. I sent them like a self-tape video at one point. That was it. Like, I didn't have to go through the whole rigmarole that everybody went through. Again, same thing. This was the first time with guys, right? So, you know, especially the girls, I think that go on the show, right? Like, I did cycle 20, means it was on for 10 years. Most of the girls that did the show on my season were around like 19, 20 years old. So they had literally been watching the show since they were little girls. Like, they grew up wanting to be on the show, right? So then when they get there, they think it's going to be one way. And it's not. Again, we're making a television show. It's not. It's just what it is, right? So I think a lot of people get sort of jaded by the experience because they go into it sort of having this idea of what they think it should be and how it should go. I had zero expectations of anything. It was like, well, this is like a fun thing to do. Like, might as well just do it. And I had a great time with it, you know? And, you know, listen, again, everyone's going to do it. You know, everyone's going to take their own experience out of it. But I know a lot of people that do share that sort of same sentiment. But I think it just becomes, you know, the expectation of what they think it's going to be, and it's usually never that. So,
yeah, I think just from me doing these and talking to folks, just doing like a quick little scan, a lot of the people that I hear, you know, not have such not a nice experience. They either had some unresolved things they were dealing with before they walked in, and or their expectation of what they thought was going to happen was not met, and then in turn they had the experience that they had. Not saying that their experience isn't valid, it's just that's a commonality I see throughout talking to you guys.
Yeah, you know, and again, like I said, I can only speak to my experience, but, you know, I was, again, 27 when I did the show. I've been living on my own since I was 18, 19 years old. You know, like, some of the people that were on the season, like, they'd never even been on an airplane before. They certainly never been to California before. They certainly never been away from their family before. Like, you know, we had no phone, no nothing. We're completely sequestered, right? So, like, we couldn't talk to any family or friends. That didn't bother me. Like, I've been on my own forever. Like, I don't need to talk to my parents. Like, they're fine. I talk to them once in a while. Like, okay, great. Like, you know, people were like losing it because they're like, I can't talk to my family. It's like, well, you signed up for this, right? You know, and I kind of felt like drunk uncle there a lot because I was the oldest. Also, like, they're big on, like, if they definitely do not allow any underage drinking. Like, they don't have that at all. I think that's a huge liability. So they only would allow you to drink if you're of age. And I think there were only 3 of us that could drink, right? So you're in a house with nothing really to do. I just got drunk every night because it's like, why the fuck not?
Turn up, Mike.
Yeah, you know, so I would literally be the last one up, pass out on the couch, wake up before everybody else, clean up the kitchen, take out the trash. Yeah, like drunk uncle. So that was sort of like, yeah, that was me. That was me.
Yes, Uncle Mike, helping the children out.
helping the kids. It's all for the kids.
So Michael Avalanche wants to know, what were your thoughts on makeovers?
On my makeover or in general? You know,
your makeover and then in general.
I mean, mine was dumb. I don't know why they made my hair red. That was stupid. So long as they didn't shave my head, I was fine. I shaved my head once. It was the worst thing ever. I'm never doing it again. I have nice hair. I want to showcase my hair. I will say, again, this is how naive and dumb I was going into this, but I cut my hair like right before we left, and they had all the casting people were like, do not change your appearance. Like, I was like, I don't fucking care. I need to get a haircut. So I cut my hair. So that they probably maybe actually had something else planned for me. But like, I literally just got a haircut before I left. So I was like, all right, what are they going to do?
Mike, somebody probably got fired behind you cutting your hair.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't know until I did the reality TV show I just did, that like people like when the network and whoever sees you a certain way, that's the way they want to see you from the beginning all the way to the end. And one of our producers told us about a time they worked on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and somebody changed their appearance mid through the season, and the network knew nothing about it. And they said the network almost got rid of the entire production team for that one mistake. So you probably cost them one there.
Oh my God. I believe it. I believe it.
Yes. Okay. I want to know, for you not to be someone who was in fashion, like, you know, like a model, what did you think about the photo shoots this cycle? I'm curious to know.
Say again?
I'm curious to know from you, what did you think about the photo shoots this cycle? Did you think they were cheesy? Did you like them? Did you think they were amazing or too campy? What did you think when you saw them and when you participated in them?
I mean, yeah, they were a little ridiculous and over the top. Also, I just remembered that we did like this moving picture thing, the Flixel or something. I'd forgotten all about that. The whole thing was dumb. There's a little gossip behind that too, but
Tell us.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty certain the founder of the company was sleeping with one of the producers. So anyway,
I mean, that's a great way to get your product placed.
1,000%. No, but honestly, a lot of we shot with a lot of really amazing photographers. Like the photographers they got are really well-respected, well-known people in the industry. So that was great. Now, some of the stuff they were having us do and put us in was kind of dumb. But again, it's like you're making a TV show. It's got to be elaborate and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, but the photographers were amazing photographers.
I wonder if the owner of, is it Flixel? Flixel? I wonder what they think about when they see Instagram has boomerang. I will be pissed.
It's kind of that, yeah.
When it was your week to be eliminated, did you notice anything like producers asking certain questions or odd feedback at the photo shoot?
I don't think so. No, nothing at the time. I think that seemed like out of the ordinary. No, is the answer.
And then my last question to you is, because you already told us about what you're doing. Guys, if you are late, he told us his new business and the things that he's been engaging in since Top Model. So when this is replaying on YouTube, be sure to watch it then. But if you were standing before Tyra Banks right now, what would you say?
If Tyra was here?
Yeah, she was like standing. Like, just imagine if she like got in the car right now and got in the seat. What would you say? What would you say to her?
I'd say hi. I'd say how are you? How's life? What's new? How you been? How's being a mom? Just say hi and give her a big hug, right? Why not?
Oh, that is so nice. Yes.
Huh.
Is there anything you would like to shamelessly plug or end off as we close out this A&TM chat?
No, man. You know, I'm just a dad these days. I don't really have much else to plug. You know, it's just so funny. You know, that people even still like watch or care. To be honest with you, you know, again, it was the show obviously affected my life in a lot of different ways, but it happened so long ago. I don't think about it a lot much anymore. You know, so it's funny when stuff sort of pops up and that people even are still interested or care. And you know, I'm an open book. I'm usually pretty. I like talking about it. It was a really unique, fun experience for me. So I'm happy to always talk about it.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? While the book is still open, I can't believe I didn't ask this question. Are there any behind the scenes stories you would love to share with us in the Eliminated House?
Behind the scenes stories.
Yes, because the contestants who were still competing, we saw them every week, but all you guys were in a place and we didn't know what the hell was going on. Anything you would like to share with us?
Yeah, there was some good stuff. There was a lot more hooking going on behind the scenes that nobody probably knows about. Yeah, there was some. We had some fun times off scenes. You know, I will say this because it's just a great story. So Phil was my roommate in Bali.
Mm-hmm.
And really, again, Bali was beautiful. It was amazing. I was so glad I went. But unless we were doing a photo shoot or something, like we just sat in our hotel rooms and we didn't really explore too much. They take us down by the pool every once in a while, but that was kind of it. So we would kind of have to occupy our time. And Phil is just very like ADHD. He just can't sit still. So, we had this great like balcony in our room, and he would just start like yelling at people. And there was this like really attractive woman that was like down hanging by the pool, and somehow Phil struck up a conversation with her. He actually called her on he got her on the phone. And then like a day or two later, she came back over to our room. Phil ended up having sex with this girl in Bali in the bathroom.
YOLO.
Yeah, it was fun. It was funny. So yeah, there was a lot more hooking up off camera for sure.
Well, Mike, thank you so much. I know you got a hard out at 5, and we actually got through everything that we needed to talk about. So
yeah,
thank you so much.
Hopefully, answered all the questions. You got anything else? Let me know. I'm around.
Everyone, please send Mike hugs. Ladies, send him kisses. Men, send him dab as we wave goodbye to him for giving us an amazing Cycle 20 chat. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you for having me. It was great stuff.
Yes. Have a good one.
All right, see ya.
I hate this new thing, the way Instagram has moved this shit around. Instagram, if you can hear me, because I know y'all, can you move the button to remove people back down there? To have to you see this? I have to do this in order to remove somebody. I have to do this. That is so nasty. No one wants to see my fingerprint. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time and chilling with me, and all these things are the things. Listen, this video will be uploaded to my YouTube channel later. That's the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel, TWIX10, bitch, where you can watch this video and so many other videos. This makes number 79. That means, folks, we have you always tell when the bitch got their nails done. They always we have about 21 more chats left, guys, because I'm going all the way to 101. So 21, something like that. 22, thank you. 22 more chats. I love you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you to everybody who got some merchandise, the Oliver Twixt merchandise. You can get it. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's below. Shout out to everybody who got some. Y'all look motherfucking great. Y'all look great. I need to get my own merchandise. Yes, I got to get my own. I think that's all, guys. I will be chatting with someone tomorrow, the day after that. And as we know, Carrie D is stepping into the classroom on Friday. So by Friday, we should be, if he's 79, the person tomorrow makes 80. The person on Thursday makes 81. Carrie D makes 82. 82. And we're going all the way to 101. Well, until next time, be sure to parade and Kegel. Ooh, I'm going to upload the rest of my Los Angeles vlog, as well as some other vlogs that I've been meaning to give y'all. A bitch has been relaxing. I'm so sorry. I've officially taken myself out of vacation mode and I'm back to work mode. So just go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you guys again. Be safe. Take care of each other. Make sure you're getting your vaccinations out there, please. Please, please, please. You can tell when the bitch get their nails taken.